This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some big breaking news to share with you. So Nancy Pelosi did it. She was able to pass the vote for the budget resolution of the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. She was able to make a deal with those 10 moderate Democrats who were threatening to derail the entire stimulus package process, but they got it done. I'll give you the details of this vote and what it means, more importantly, for a lot of popular stimulus proposals moving forward. What it means for the increase of $200 per month Social Security, the fourth stimulus check, the $15,000 homebuyer credit, the $8,000 adult tax credit, among many other popular proposals that we've been talking about on this channel. I'll give you some other important updates, and then I'll answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. Hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. If you appreciate these fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below and subscribe for more straight to the point updates like this. So, big breaking news here as well. So Biden says the US is on pace to leave Afghanistan by the August 31st deadline. So I haven't really followed much of the Afghanistan news, but if you watch any news in general, I'm sure you could see it's been an explosion of news on a daily basis coming out of Afghanistan. But with all the craziness going on, President Biden is sticking to the August 31st deadline. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Is this a good idea, bad idea? Should it be extended? Should it be sooner? Should there be no deadline at all? Let me know your thoughts on that. Next, let's get to the other big breaking news that I mentioned before. So House Democrats clear path toward passing $3.5 trillion budget bill and infrastructure plan after breaking stalemate. So what does this mean? The House voted to approve the $3.5 trillion budget resolution, advance a bipartisan infrastructure bill, and move forward with sweeping voting rights legislation. After centrists threatened to derail Democrats' economic agenda by pushing for swift approval of the Senate-passed infrastructure plan, party leaders pledged to vote on it by September 27th. Democrats are trying to pass their $3.5 trillion proposal to expand the social safety net without a vote from Republicans who oppose the spending and the proposed taxes increase paying for it. So what happened here? It was a 220 to 212 party line vote, meaning that it was only 220 Democrats who voted for it and all 212 Republicans voted against it. This is in the House of Representatives now. So they passed the budget resolution in the Senate, which was last week. It came up to the House, and the House has just passed it. Now, this is the first step of many when it comes to passing the budget passing the reconciliation process. I'm going to go over that exact process briefly. I'll give you an overview in a moment, but what does this mean moving forward? So this is the first procedural vote, meaning that this is the vote before the big vote. This wasn't the big vote where everyone's going to start to get all those stimulus benefits. This just kind of opens the gates, opens the negotiations from happening. We got some framework of seeing what's in the $3.5 trillion stimulus package, but when it comes to other stimulus proposals, I'm going to go over those details in a moment. But first, here's a video clip from President Biden talking more about this.
Instead of giving every break in the world to corporations and CEOs, by the way, 55 of our largest companies in America paid $0 in federal taxes on more than $40 billion in profit last year. We can ask corporations and the very wealthy just to pay their fair share. They can still be very wealthy, they can still make a lot of money, but just begin to pay their fair share. So we can invest in making our country stronger and more competitive, create jobs and raise wages, and lift up the standard of living for everyone. The bottom line is, in my view, we're a step closer to truly investing in the American people, positioning our economy for long-term growth, and building an America that outcompetes the rest of the world. My goal is to build an economy from the bottom up and the middle out, not just the top down. And that's what we're on our way of doing. Look, I want to thank Speaker Pelosi, who was masterful in her leadership on this, and Leader Hoyer and Whip Clyburn and Chairman DeFazio, the entire House leadership team, for the hard work, dedication, and determination to bring people together so we can make a difference in people's lives. I also want to thank every Democrat in the House who worked so hard over the past few weeks to reach an agreement and who supported the process for House consideration of the Jobs and Infrastructure Plan, the Build Back Better effort. There were differences, strong points of view. They're always welcome. What is important is that we came together to advance our agenda. And I think everyone who did that, I think everyone who did it, was there.
President Biden basically addressing the issues among the Democrat Party, that they finally got it done, they finally got past the hump, and they were able to pass this budget resolution. Now, what does this mean moving forward regarding a lot of the popular stimulus proposals that I've covered on this channel, such as the increase for Social Security by $200 per month, fourth stimulus check, $8,000 and $4,000 adult tax credit, $15,000 and $25,000 home buyer credit, among many other popular proposals that we've heard from so many different politicians. What does this mean for that? Well, basically this opens up the framework for the budget resolution and to start the reconciliation process, meaning that nothing is final yet. Things can be taken out of this bill, things can be put in this bill, and especially when the Senate gets involved, since there's people like Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, there's going to be a lot of changes to this bill. Even though publicly we were told about different frameworks and where money is going to generally be spent, a lot of that is going to change moving forward. Now is the process where they start the negotiating, and they're going to talk more about the details. So really quick, here is the budget resolution, or the budget reconciliation process. So right now we are barely at this part right here, the start. They have to have the budget resolution, the instructions, and then they have a vote. There's going to be so many different votes. Then they're going to have to get the budget conference committee together to have a vote. Then it's going to be a full vote in the Senate and the House. Then they're going to break up into different committees, have another big vote, have more votes and more votes. So there's going to be a ton of votes coming up and a lot of different changes coming over the next few weeks. Just want you to be aware of this process. So right around here is where a lot of the details are going to be hashed out in terms of what's going to happen moving forward, what's going to be put in, what's not. This is the point where a lot of the progressives, Democrat progressives, including Bernie Sanders, although independent, but a lot of the House progressives, where they have all of their big stimulus proposals, such as the $2,000 per month fourth stimulus check, increase in Social Security, a lot of things I mentioned. This is the point where they start making their demands and adding it to this bill to see if it can actually go through and finally have the vote. So this is good news in the point that we're able to finally get to that point where we could see all of these proposals actually make it into the bill. The bad news is this is going to be a process. It's going to take a while. I want to keep it real with you with that. Even though I mentioned the fourth stimulus check, this is what's going on with the $2,000 per month to every American petition. So currently it is at 2,839,000 signatures. It's inching toward that 3 million signature mark, but still slowly, and we're still waiting for politicians. Probably over the next few days and weeks, we're going to see a lot more proposals. So subscribe to the channel if you want the latest on these details of what's going to happen regarding stimulus. Bernie Sanders put out a tweet yesterday saying, "We're going to tax the wealth of these billionaires, and with the budget reconciliation legislation, we are finally going to invest in the needs of the working class of this country. Trust me, I wrote this damn bill." So then he talks about all the different billionaires and how much money they've made over since March 18th of 2020. For example, Jeff Bezos had $113 billion. Then he was able to get, as of last week, $188 billion. Elon Musk was worth $24 billion. Now he's worth, $175 billion. So basically saying how a lot of these billionaires were able to get dozens and hundreds of billions of dollars over the past year and a half. And Bernie Sanders saying that it's time to tax the wealthy. Not too much, but just so that they pay their fair share. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. Next, I'm going to answer the questions you leave for me in the comments. Ayana B asks, if I already got the Cali Golden stimulus, will I get it again in September? I didn't receive the extra $500 per child. So for the California stimulus check, they had a round one, which means that anyone making less than $30,000 got that first $600 check. The $500 per child was not included in the round one, but the $500 per child is included in the round two. Next question comes from Matthew Jones. What is Arkansas doing? So in regards to stimulus, doesn't look like Arkansas is doing much. They have rental assistance just like any other place. But I know in yesterday's video I mentioned the 8 states that are giving their own stimulus checks. Arkansas didn't make that list, and at this point I don't think they're doing anything. Next question comes from Tracy Callis. What about the people that live in other states, that live paycheck to paycheck and have been still putting one foot in front of the other, barely making it and making ends meet? Yeah, so it's up to the states' governments in order to help out their own people. But in terms of a lot of people who are living paycheck to paycheck, especially people who don't have kids, don't have families, don't have dependents, and they're not able to get a lot of the money from the stimulus programs that are currently available, I think that is probably where a general force stimulus check could help out that group of people. Hopefully over the next few days and weeks, we're going to start to see bigger proposals like that added into the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. I'll keep you updated on that. And that is all the stimulus news I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I'm gonna tell you something that you would really love. So to me, you guys are beautiful, so nice, and you guys make a warmth inside of me because you guys are the best. Do you know why? Because you are my friends. So just so you know, I love you guys. So stay cool. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching.